Everyone, today let's read the matter of fact truck of the Texas. Chapter 5, Cattle and Oil. Ranching is part of Texas history. In the 1830s, when Americans began settling in Texas, many of them raised cattle. At first, ranchers said longhorn cattle. The Spanish had brought these longhorns with them when they first came to Mexico. Over the years, the cattle wandered into Texas. American ranchers could have many as they wanted. These were millions of them, and ranchers could get them for free. Longhorns have horns that can measure about 6 feet across. Ranchers hired cowboys to work on the ranches. The first cowboys were Mexican go vaqueros. Vaqueros have worked on ranches over 200 years. They have skills that American cowboys didn't have yet. When Americans started ranching in Texas, the vaqueros often taught them how to be cowboys. They showed new ranch hands how to rope, brand, and herd cattle. They also advised them about clothes, rope, and saddles that they needed. Ranching became a bigger business after the Civil War ended and the trains became to more towns. Ranchers were able to ship their cattle into other parts of the country faster. With more beef in stores, Americans began to eat a lot more meat. From 80 to 80, Texas ranchers sold over 1 million cattle. Modern ranchers often ride ATVs instead of horses. Texans have more cattle than any other state. Ranchers have raised different kinds of cattle, not just longhorns. But their new ranches, some famous old ones, are still growing strong. One of the most famous is the King Ranch in South Texas. It dates back to the middle of the 8000s. The ranch covers 825,000 acres. That's larger than the state of Rhode Island. Today, 400 people work at the ranch. They raise cattle and horses and grow crops. The ranch hasn't forgotten the first cattle roamed to the ranch there. Black gold. There's a treasure buried deep underground in Texas. It is not diamonds or gold. It's oil and natural gas. Texans call their oil black gold. Oil and natural gas come from plants, bacteria, and animals that died millions of years ago. As time passed, they became fossils buried deep into the earth. Layers of dirt and rock press down the fossil and heat them up. Heat and pressure change into fossils. Spindle top. Other than 19th, we're going to need a lot of oil and gas with the cars and factories. I think it could be a problem. Oil is usually about a mile on the ground. In 1901, Anthony Lucas, an oil explorer, thought there was a lot of oil in Texas. He chose Spindletop Hill outside the Beaumont as a perfect spot to drill for it. The cut drove 1,000 feet down. Suddenly, oil gushed out the drilling hole. Once man looked on in amazement and saw oil spray rose 450 feet in the air. For 9 days, Spindletop pumped about 100,000 gallons of oil a day. After Spindletop, people discovered oil all around Texas. The state was in the midst of an oil boom. For years, thousands of Texas oil pumps bobbed up and down 20 hours a day, pumping oil underground. Many are still going. They look like giant drinking birds. Texas makes 33% of the national oil. That's much more than any other state. Almost 200,000 Texans work in the oil business, the biggest blast. On the morning, April 16, 1947, workers were loading Fresnel ship in Texas City Harbor. Fresnel has a chemical in it that explodes when it packed tight in the container gets too hot. No one is sure, but it's possible someone accidentally threw a little cigarette near the 2,500 tons of lead on board. The fire started, and then there was a massive explosion. It was so loud that people heard it from 150 miles away. The blast blew out the windows of houses 40 miles away. A mushroom-shaped cloud shot 2,000 feet in the air like 15-foot tsunami rolled onto shore. All tankers in the harbor caught fire and burned. The water was so hot that it boiled. Fires burned for 3 days. 2,000 people lost their homes. As many as 600 people died, and thousands were injured. Only one firefighter in the Texas City fire department survived. It was the biggest explosion in U.S. history. Chapter 6, Space City, United States. Since 1961, Houston, Texas, and been home to the Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center. They were in charge of all manner of U.S. space flights, both U.S. and the International Space Station. Over the years, 500 astronauts have been trained at the Johnson Space Center. This includes every U.S. astronaut who has been on the space shuttle. Manned space flights mean that flights have people on them. Wait, not just men. There are women astronauts too. Astronaut training at the center. Famous scientists at the center have an important job. They must send astronauts 240 miles above Earth's speed of 1,500 miles per hour. Each mission costs hundreds of millions of dollars. Because science is so different on Earth, the astronauts usually train for 2 years before going up. They often project on virtual reality machines that teach them how to operate the space station. Astronaut robot L. Crippen flew across the space shuttle in Columbia. Lack of gravity in space makes their bodies almost weightless. To prepare themselves, they spend time underwater swimming pool as force water teaches them how to feel in space station. Blast off. Astronauts travel to the International Space Station in Russian Soyuz spacecraft. A rocket on each spacecraft propels them into space where the astronauts then hook up with the space station. The space station looks like laboratories that orbit Earth. The astronauts live there for about 6 months doing experiments and research. Back at Mission Control, hundreds of people make sure the trip is successful and the astronauts were safe. There are people working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Apollo 13. One of the scariest moments in space travel happened in April 1970. Apollo 13 was on its way to moon with 3 astronauts aboard. Suddenly, an oxygen tank exploded. We knew that they were in danger of dying from lack of oxygen. Mission Control called one expert from all over the world solving the problem. The crew canceled the moon landing and focused on saving the astronauts' life. Without the Mission Control and their own long training, the astronauts managed to splash down the ocean safely. They were rescued 45 minutes later. Everyone at the Mission Control cheered. Astronaut Jack Swigert first alerted the control room explaining by saying, "Houston, we had a problem." Swigert is still famous for his coolness in emergency. Even today, he's sitting around people say, "Houston, we got a problem." Texans at play. At a University of Texas football game is an amazing sight. The team name is the Texas Longhorns, the Eye of Texas. Fans start each game singing the Eye of Texas. They sing Texas Fight during the game. Texas Longhorn Band. Their marching bands entered the field by a lead drummer banging on Big Bertha, the biggest bass drum in the world. From Smoky Canyon, Old Smoky. For someone inspires Old Smoky, a canyon like one soldier used in Civil War. Bevel. A Texas Longhorn has always been Bevel, standing one at the end of the field. Since 1916, there have been 50 Bevels. Slogan. Fans yell, "Hook M's horns," a shouting spirits. They hold up their index and little fingers like horns and waving signs around. Flag. People unroll giant Texas state flag on the field. It's 100 feet wide and the biggest Texas flag in the world. Go, Texas! Go on. Well, easy and, but it would be good if I would speak to you to meet some Texas, famous Texas. Today, bye, see you next time.